If Zdenek is right about Prague being a connection between Eastern and Western Europe, this square could well be the intersection. So what is your name? Wenceslas. No! It's not Wenceslas. And it's not Wenceslas. It's not even Wenceslas. You know who I mean. That guy. The good king and saint who looked out on crisp snow. King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen. In any case, the singing here is appropriate. Throughout Prague's history, this is the place where people have come to raise their voices in celebration and protest.
When something is happening, people go to the statue of St. Wenceslas.
Martin Paulaus is the former Czech ambassador to Washington. He's given a good part of his life to the cause of freedom in the Czech Republic. In your life, you have seen the three major events of Prague's recent history. You've got the Prague Spring in '68, Charter 77, and the Velvet Revolution.
In the '68, I was 17, 18 years old, so it was for me first encounter with freedom. If you're a teenager, you see your future, and obviously I felt very well with what was happening in '68 in the spring.
In 1968, a reformist government in then Czechoslovakia tried to grant its people more liberty and freedoms. The Soviets, fearing the collapse of the communist bloc, moved in with tanks. And by August, the Prague Spring had been crushed. The young dissidents like Martin became the creatives and intellectuals of the 1970s. They created Charter 77, a momentous petition wielding the force of words, not weapons.
I was among the first signatories of Charter 77. 77 was I would say, our search for option, not to leave the country, but to stay here with free spirit.
It would be another 12 years before those free spirits would be released. With a peaceful uprising in 1989, it was called the Velvet Revolution. Communism in Czechoslovakia was no more.
I remember that situation very well. It was here on this square. Crowds were gathered all over here. So I think that the estimates were that there were 200,000 people here.
And where were you?
I was there.
You were there?
Yeah, sure.
So it's that balcony up there. Once again, the Charter 77 signatories played a vital role. Martin's friend, the dissident playwright Václav Havel, he went on to become the country's president.
This square really is a witness of collective behavior of Czechs, sometimes very admirable things happening here. Prague is a collective narrative. Prague is something that attracts your attention. Still something to be discovered, even by someone who has been living here for decades.
I agree. The Prague enigma is now revealing itself, and there are more discoveries to be made.